Hey guys, Lanhart here, and welcome to episode 7 of my F1 2016 career mode. And today we're at Canada, one of my best tracks on the whole calendar, well, on race pace anyway. And so hopefully we can be aiming for a good race here. I mean, I remember talking about the contracts things last episode, and obviously we had the team update as well. And as we see, we're in 7th place above Kimi Raikkonen at the moment, so that's absolutely amazing. So let's get into the weekend right now.
Okay, I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so I look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
Yeah, I remember last episode we also upgraded our engine power. We've done that for the straight line speeds of the next few races, which is going to be Canada here today, Baku and Austria. Now obviously we don't have many, as we see not many people have actually upgraded their cars, and for the next few ones I'm going to be upgrading chassis weight or downforce, whichever one's going to be cheaper first. And yeah, let's just go get into practice 1.
Here we are, live Gilles Villeneuve, where the teams are making final preparations before today's practice session gets underway. In 1999, the outside track wall, situated on the last corner of the lap, ended the race of 3 Formula One world champions, Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher and Jacques Villeneuve. Since then, the wall has come to be known to fans around the world as the infamous Wall of Champions.
Turns 13 and 14 are definitely the most demanding corners on the track. A quick chicane section, entering at over 180 miles per hour, drivers use plenty of curb and get very close to the wall. But hitting those curbs at the wrong angle can easily put the car offline. You'll see a lot of drivers bail out of committing into turn 13, using the escape road to avoid contact with the wall.
Obviously in practice 1 we'll always start with track acclimatization. And as we come on to the end of our lap here, obviously you can see up there we have a really good lap, and we haven't really done that badly. We had one red gate apart from it, so we get perfect on the first lap again, which is absolutely amazing. Now in practice 2 we obviously do qualifying pace, and for some reason I was way off the pace. I mean, like, I made one mistake through the second sector in this lap, and I ended up being about 1 second behind. I see that I just got into the wall a bit there. Going on to the end of my second lap, and that was a big mistake as well. But before that I was still quite a while behind, and again I was just way off the pace, so I didn't know what was going on. And I really did try, but let's just move on and get in.
And we hope you're ready for an exciting qualifying session as the teams make their final preparations here in Canada. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on into the corners and max out down the straights?
Top speed is a key factor for this circuit. Even if you can achieve the same lap time as someone running less wing than you, chances are you'll find overtaking difficult.
Coming down the back straights from our first qualifying lap here, instead I didn't really do much of the setup much, and I didn't really take the fuel levels down, so I just tried to do a bit of a bank lap, and it wasn't very good, as you ended up somehow in P18, and you made another mistake. But just before the rain came, I decided just to go out on the second set of Ultra Softs and try to I lowered down the fuel and actually tried to string a lap together. And it was a bit scrappy, but it was better than the ones that I did before that, as it got us into 10th place at the time. And then at the end, as we see here, we got into 11th place, which wasn't that bad after all. I mean, look at Roman Grosjean, Haas at the second worst team in the whole pack, and he got 10th, and Carlos got 8th, so we're behind them. That could really hamper our chances of becoming the first team driver, but it really depends on the race, and so yeah, let's get into the race.
I look out of my commentary box window, a very large and very excited crowd here today, eagerly anticipating another memorable race. Lewis Hamilton took his maiden win on this circuit in 2007. Jenson Button came from last place to win here in 2011, and there's certainly no shortage of drama on offer here at the Canadian Grand Prix. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. It's a favourite for fans and drivers alike then here in Canada. We're used to seeing the unexpected happen here, and with me today to enjoy it all is Anthony Davidson, a man who knows firsthand the surprises that can pop up in this race.
I do indeed. I had a good chance at some points here in 2007, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. My old colleague Takuma Sato, though, he managed to finish 6th, so the team took home 3 valuable points, and that was a big boost to everyone at the time. I'm not sure I can think of anywhere else that so consistently provides the kind of late race excitement we get here. Obviously, towards the end of the Grand Prix, the brakes are getting worn, maybe the weather situation has changed, so there's a lot to keep fighting for all the way up to that final corner.
Everyone's noticed that you've been leading this team recently. A couple more good results, and you'll be the number 1.
Here we are on the grid for the Canadian Grand Prix, and we're going to look at the strategy now. The team has put us on a soft to super soft. And I initially think that was a bit weird, but it's what I did in the race, and it will probably be really fast towards the end of the race. So we're going to 5 red lights, we're in a bit of a wonky grid position and putting up into rich mix as the 5 red lights, and it's away we go. A really quick start there, testing my reactions. Obviously caught me and Grosjean out, Grosjean getting a worse start than me. We got like Carlos in Spain. As we go down the inside of Carlos, but obviously the inside turns to the outside as we're going to keep going here, as I think we're going to get position. No, I think we're just going to let him squeeze through as we see Vettel for some reason going down the track there. And yeah, the reason as we're going to carry on behind Carlos as we get very close to his rear end, as we have to swerve to avoid him a bit. And I guess we just have to let him go at this point. And now coming on to the end of lap 3, we've somehow got DRS on Carlos, as we see Grosjean closing in behind us, as he just sticks his nose in, but I just don't think he gets there. As I think he just taps out rear end, as he maybe tries to poke his nose in there, just he's here. But now he's coming right down the inside of us going into turn 1, as he squeezes us onto the grass, as we maybe go wide, we just keep hold of the car, and we just keep hold of our 8th place. And now going on to the end of the same lap, Roman is going to close up on us again. Are we going to take the inside line? No, we're going to try to let him go down the inside here, as Perez may try to overtake us as well. But we outbrake him as we just let Grosjean go here. As he opens the RS, we just get in the slipstream. We're going to catch up and we're just going to stay in, as I think we're going to get here. As we go down the inside here, as we see Bottas getting spun. As we just go down the inside of Grosjean, as we gain and place him. And now he's out of the race. Now I'm just looking what happened here. I'm guessing he's battling with Ricciardo, because you can see him coming there and through the mirrors. And it was a bit tough. It's actually quite hard in the game to keep hold of the car and maintain momentum going down into turn 13 and 14. Obviously he goes down here and he just gets spun by Ricciardo, and that's really weird as we see Perez. I think that's Perez or a Force India, or a Manor coming in there. Going to hitting him, but I think that's why. I think Carlos made it 3 abreast and it just wasn't going to work. So he got spun, we went around the outside and Perez just smacked into him, I guess. If you get spun, I didn't think really Perez had that much time to react, but I mean, I would say better for us, because it is better for us, but I wouldn't really say that, as Perez loses the front wing and now Bottas out of the race. And yeah, so forgetting that, we're moving on to the end of lap 6, as everyone has pitted, as Hamilton, who's come out of the pits, has tried to go down the inside of us, but I think we just hold the position by having the inside line going into the second part of the chicane. Now going on the end of lap 7 down the back straight, we see Hamilton just going past us. We tried to outbrake him, I just didn't think we'd get it as we made contact, so I tried to escape there. Obviously it's an illegal overtake, so we're going to have to let Hamilton back through, but we slowed down too much and then we let Alonso through, and that really that's really bad, as I think now we still see W as we could lose him. We lose a central position to him at this point, as we see Ricardo now trying to go down the inside, down the curve there, going under the bridge. But we just hold the position again. We hold it around the outside of him, and that should really indicate to the Red Bull bosses that I'm really fit to be a good racer, but hopefully not as Verstappen. And coming on to lap 9, we see Ricardo trying to do it, as we maybe try to go back down the inside, as we maybe try to hold it around the outside. His front wing end plate bangs our left front tyre. Thankfully there's no puncture, but we just can't overtake him as we just have the worn tyres. Coming on to the end of the same lap though, down and under the bridge, see Rosberg trying to come down the inside of us, but this time we just tried to squeeze him out, seeing what we could do, and it worked better, because this time we did it without trying, or maybe having a risk of an accident. And now Rosberg's coming down the side of us, so we tried to squeeze him again, and maybe we tried to do the same thing as Ricardo, as we do, and then Rosberg taps us wide as he goes wide, which is a really aggressive move. And I mean, I've done some aggressive moves in the past, especially with Alonso at Monaco, but yeah, it's not particularly good. We see yellow flags behind us, and that's Verstappen's now out of the race, and that's 2 of decent cars coming in here. So this is what happened. You see Verstappen trying to go down the inside Raikkonen here. Raikkonen's not having it, and he just squeezes Verstappen into the wall. Maybe Verstappen drove into the wall, I don't know. But from the way it looks, it seems that Raikkonen was just trying to squeeze him out a bit too hard here. As, look, he kind of turned across him. And yeah, he turned across him and just squeezed him out too much. So it's obviously Raikkonen's fault there. As we see Haas now coming into the pits on this lap, and hopefully we're hoping for a good stop here. And Alonso's come in, so that really did, us losing position to Alonso really did hamper us there. As I think the Renault's coming in behind us there. But like, hopefully we can catch up with him. I doubt it, but we can definitely try. And coming out here on lap 12 or 13, hopefully we get ahead of these 3 cars, the Grosjean, Haryanto, Button, but we don't, as we just try to keep it down the outside of Button here, going into turn 4 and 5. I just keep it down the inside as we squeeze Button out there, not like Raikkonen did, as we did it fairly, as we get up into 10th place and into the points. We're following Haryanto here, last week on the ultra soft tyres, and we've got better grip than him. And I think we might look for a move down the inside into Le Ping. I think that's how you say it in French, but he squeezes us into the grass, onto the hairpin. And yeah, I think we just get the place. Yes, we do. We just got the place here. So getting two positions as Haryanto tries to come back down the inside of us, but I think he just won't make it there. But getting 2 positions at 2 of the most famous places on the track is amazing. And as we come on to and down the bridge, coming down to the next section, we try to go down inside of Grosjean. The turns to the outside, tries to squeeze us out onto the curb, and I think we just get the position there. Yes, we do. Will he follow us into the chicane, or Le Ping, I think that's how you say it, but no, he won't, and we've just got a decision here, as we're going to chase after Carlos Sainz here. We've had a good battle. I nearly overtook him at the Point de la Concorde, as I maybe tried to go down the inside of him after going under the bridge, but now going into Le Ping, or I'm just going to call it the chicane. We maybe look for a move down the inside, as we get very close to the rear ends there, as we're just going to tuck him behind us. Look like we're going down the inside, but we do the dummy and go to the outside here, going down into turn 13 and 14 with DRS. We tried to go round the outside of Carlos, and we get the position. What an overtake there, up into 7th place I think, and I think I'm really good at that, and we're actually up into 6th place, but coming on to the end of this race, 6th place finish at Montreal isn't that bad, and hopefully that indicates to the Red Bull bosses that we really mean business. Obviously here are the results. Coming up from 11th place was really good, and I mean, I just figured this out as a coincidence after looking back on the footage. I mean, overtaking some really good drivers, like, well, Rio Haranto isn't a good driver, but overtaking some decent cars at this point through the famous turns is really good. I mean, going past Button through the Point de la Concorde and going past Haranto at Lapine is absolutely amazing. And it's a great race coming up from car that obviously it would propel us high unless Raikkonen wasn't in as good of a car. Obviously he's in a Ferrari, he gets more points than us. But it's obviously positive to take from that. We've got an 11-point lead over Felipe Massa, and that's amazing. And, yeah, and this engine upgrade really helped here. So yeah, I think that there's much more to come.
Hi, Emma here. I had a sit down with the executives today to talk about your progress. Long story short, they're happy. Keep it up.
Okay, another team update saying we're doing really good here. And yeah, hopefully if we get good results in Baku and Austria, we may even be promoted to the senior team as Red Bull, or maybe get a contract for another team as the first driver. And I think we'll have enough resource points next time in Baku after going through everything to maybe get another upgrade for Austria, and hopefully I'll be really good. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you later.